up. So what I was trying to explain to you guys is these two officers' names is Officer Guerrero and Officer Hartman. These two young officers went and stalked and harassed somebody. And I do apologize. Good evening to you all. I do apologize. I had to get rid of had to stop the video because it got frozen, and I had to get rid of it because of that. Something went wrong, so I'm back. I do apologize for that. So it's very, very disgusting what's going on here. That Edison Police Department Township, I just got an intel, I would say about 25 minutes to a half an hour ago, that an officer and people were stalking people and making false phone calls about somebody because they're out there trying to get help. They're homeless. They're in their 30s. They have a grandchild that's turning 2 months or around 2 months. These officers, they're saying that they care about people's safety, stuff like that. But when these people are out in the homeless world and everything else, they don't have no safety. There's a lot of things that can happen to the homeless people. Either get killed, shot, robbed, murdered, or any kind of thing. And it's disgusting the way the world is. These cops don't care. They're worrying about popping out money from people's pockets and doing everything else. And like I'm explaining to you now, these two officers, one name is Guerrero, the other one is Hartman. They're both from Edison Police Department. If you guys want to sign a complaint against them, if they ever did anything to you, you ask them for the badge number and name, you have a right to. I would rather do the Attorney General's office and not the Internal Affairs, but the Police Department, because what happens is when you do an Internal Affairs information with the Police Department, that means your information's in the system, and what happens is they retaliate against you because you did something to the officers. So this is why, like I said before about this with the Blue Line Gang, they're the type that they'll retaliate against you. They'll do traffic stops on you. They'll clean out your bank account. They want you to pay for tickets. This is the way they are in this fucking town. They lie. There was incidents that happened around where this person's located between somebody had a knife trying to do something, I think it was. Cop pulled his gun out, was pointing it at the gentleman. There was a fight, arguments. There's just a lot going on. And it's very disgusting the way everything is going. We got to tell the truth, and I'm just helping out somebody. I live right now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I live in New York. I live in New York. The person I'm talking to is from New Jersey. They're telling me this information. They're giving me intel. It's very disgusting and sad that this shit's happening. These officers are retaliating because of the fact that they're getting into trouble. And more are going to get into trouble. And more information is going to be leaked. And things are going to happen. Now, like I told you guys, if these officers, Mr. Guerrero and Mr. Hartman, did do things to you, they harassed you, they stalked you, just like these two officers, they harassed somebody and stalked them for a little bit of time, as well as a black interceptor following somebody and stalking them, trying to find out where they live and where they're located. Now, like I told you guys, if you have a problem with any officers, you know where they live, you know where they go, you know where their fucking police departments are. This is where you can find them at. You can find Edison Police Department officers at the Edison Police Department, Woodbridge Police Department. You could get whatever you want. They love Dunkin' Donuts too. They do. They love Dunkin' Donuts. They love coffee. They like Dunkin' Donuts, believe me. Because I heard some rumors about how some officers, they love to stop at Dunkin' Donuts and get their coffee, their donuts, danishes, and they just sit around in their cruisers eating. So like I told you guys, it's very disgusting. And good evening to you all. Tell me where you guys are from. I'm from New York. I live in New York. So I don't live in New Jersey. I'm just helping out people and assisting them because of the fact of what's going on with these officers and what they're doing to these fucking people, innocent people that are not doing anything. There's been already Attorney General's office complaints going in about Edison police officers, Guerrero and Hartman. Those two are getting investigated for violating a First Amendment protected activity that is not illegal. It's completely legal. So, yeah, that's what I'm kind of here. I don't know where you guys are from. I'm from New York. I'm just helping out people. And I got a New York NYPD officer that helps me with stuff. And a couple officers that did stalk and harass my friend of mine. He's in his 30s. You know, he don't do nothing to nobody or anything. And people are stalking him. So, where you guys located at? Where you guys coming in from? Mason Bailey, Lauren Tuzin, where you guys coming in from? But these cops are getting out of control. They're doing a lot of things, and they're abusing police database. They're ruining it also, and there's people coming around also stalking people and watching people and following people. It's disgusting. So this is why, like, now we have to do what we got to do, is tell the truth. These officers are abusing policy. They're abusing power. And then, like I tell everybody, they're a blue gang. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about nobody. They want to say protect, serve, and they want to worry about public safety. But I'm going to tell you something. Public safety is not their concern. They really don't care. They just go and they want to harass people, stalk people, and follow people, and retaliate. That's one of the other things that's bad. And do it, police entrapments, to have someone commit a crime. They want to have somebody do things so they can commit a crime. Like these officers are trying to pull some stunt with somebody because of the fact, they're telling the truth. I'm helping them. I'm in New York. He's in New Jersey. He's dealing with it. I'm not. I'm helping him out because it's very disgusting what's going on. Got to learn. Don't fuck with people. You do things, it's going to come blowing back at you. And like he was telling me about Michael Horvat and Jeff Horvat, Scott Horvat, what he was dealing with in the past, it's getting out of control. This is why people that are family, that are officers that are family, it's disgusting. It's very disgusting. It's all family related. When last names start last name with whatever, it's disgusting. We got to tell the truth. That's it. People don't like the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. Edison, officer, lieutenant, he's a problem, just like his family members. They're all a problem. Somebody, I think it was a 74-year-old woman, he told me, threatened to do something to him or get his family after him and get his brothers or whatever. It's disgusting. How can you threaten somebody that your family's law enforcement? You threaten somebody. But it's okay for you to threaten people. But if somebody threatened you, the cops would have been there, arrest this person, put him behind bars because of a domestic threat. I don't give a fuck. You don't go and threaten somebody and think you get away with it. It's why people got to tell the truth. You did wrong. You should have never done it. You should have shut your fucking mouth. Like he told me, you were dealing with groceries in your vehicle. You should have stopped doing what you're doing. You made problems for yourself. You made things worse. You should have stopped. That's not my problem. It's disgusting. This is why we got to tell the truth. And now cops want to retaliate on a woman, 19-year-old woman as well with a newborn child. It's disgusting. Why are you going to sit there and do that? Because somebody's telling the truth. Somebody's just backing them up because of what they're going through and what you're doing, making them mentally challenged and making them mentally destroyed because of what you guys are doing. It's disgusting. I'm sorry, but it's got to fucking stop. So this is why I had my police officer from NYPD. He did the right thing investigating people and knowing what's going on and what these officers are doing, because it is the officers. It is the officers. They're a fucking blue gang. They don't like the fucking truth. But this NYPD officer, he knows that officers do things, and he's not one of them. As well as colleagues that he works with. They don't do this shit to people. NYPD officers don't do this shit to people. It's people like them in New Jersey that are getting pissed the fuck off and they want to fight people and retaliate against people because they don't like that the truth's being told. Listen to me. Stop what you're fucking doing because you're going to make the township look bad. Now, when the Attorney General's office has to contact the mayor because the mayor's office is going to have to be notified on what's going on with their police department, it's going to look very bad. There's going to be an investigation that's going to happen. Things are going to get very, very bad for them while these people that were being harassed and stalked are going to have a claim civil suit against the Edison police because of what they're fucking doing to innocent civilians. That's against the policies. Stalking, harassment, and following them, and then doing police entrapment, trying to fuck with them and stuff, like trying to get them in trouble so they can get arrested. It don't work like that. That's why I'm putting my foot down. My friend that's NYPD officer and other people, they're going to fucking help. Private investigators involved. He's investigating phone taps that are being done with the police department and what people are calling and texting and all that. Things are being done. And when it gets to be very, very serious, where these officers lose their qualified immunity, they don't have a fucking job anymore, they lose their house, they have no money for payment for mortgage, it's going to be hard for them. But harassing somebody and stalking somebody because of what you fucking did is very, very absurd. So this is why people got to know the truth. You want to stalk and harass somebody? These people are going to know where you're going to live. They're going to know where you live. There's like the Daniels Law. I found out about the Daniels Law, where you cannot sit here and you can't expose police officers and know where they live and so on and so forth. But I can tell them where they work, what department they work, because it's not against that right there. Is not against the law. is telling people where the police officers work. So Lieutenant Michael Horvat works at Edison Police Department. So if anybody ever had a problem with these officers, you know where to go to file a complaint, or like I said, you file a complaint on Attorney General's office. Secondly, Hartman and Guerrero, harassing and stalking somebody. This is the place. You do the right thing. You go on Attorney General's office. You put the complaint form. You sign it out. You put it anonymously, and you do your thing, and you sign a complaint against them. Now they have to do internal affairs. That's by the so-called county/state. Stuff's going to be put. Now, when it comes to Jeff Horvat, Scott Horvat, they're from Woodbridge Township. You don't do internal affairs with the township because they're going to retaliate. This is what the police do. So now, the best thing you want to do is do the Attorney General's office. Better off. They keep everything confidential, anonymous, and they do the investigation thoroughly. Yeah, I'm doing it because nobody needs to know who I am and so on and so forth. So you're going to have to deal with it. If you don't like it, then unfollow, unsubscribe, do your thing. You want to threaten me, want to threaten to kill somebody, do your damn thing. I don't care. I'm not afraid no more. I'm not afraid of anybody. You do what you guys want to do. You don't want to deal with it, this is what I could do. I can make this a lot easier and better for other people that are on here that are, not liking the way I run my live. That's not really my problem. You don't like it, this is what I could do. Have a nice night. Rodell Soretta, this is for you too. If you don't like it, like I tell you guys, have a good day. So like I said, people don't realize you want to play games. You want to do intimidation tactics to try to get people to talk about addresses. All I need to do is tell people where these officers are working, where they're at, and all they need to do is these people need to do it. All they need to do, instead of going to the police department, just like the Woodbridge police officers, Old Bridge police officers, Rahway police officers, Mountainside police officers, South Plainfield, Piscataway police officers, you can do a lot of shit to these fucking cops. And I'm talking about you do the right thing by anonymously signing a complaint against them and tell them the date, the badge number, name, and what happened to you. Attorney General's office is going to get involved, and they're going to crack down on this fucking police misconduct as well as retaliation. And when this shit happens and they know they're getting into fucking trouble, this is when things get worse. And this is why you got to have cameras, you have to have footage, phone footage, and you have to have as much evidence against these officers. The more you keep having them, the more you're going to have a lawsuit against these motherfuckers, because the more they keep harassing you, the more they keep stalking you, the more they keep following you, you're going to have a problem. They're going to have a problem, not you. You're going to have a big lump sum check because of what they're fucking doing to you. They're breaking a policy in the police department. The police policy is stalking someone, asking someone where they live, and so on and so forth. It's none of their fucking business. You're doing things wrong, officers. You're going to get caught for it. You should shut your fucking mouth, patrol, do your thing, and leave people the fuck alone. And especially when I found out that when someone called the DOT and found out that 287 on-ramp or off-ramp to go into the town is considerably run by the state. That means state troopers have full authority, not South Plainfield, not Piscataway, not Edison, not Metuchen, none of them. None of those fucking cops are allowed to do what they got to do. They're not even supposed to be on 287 because it is a state-run fucking road and a county road if needs to be done. A patrol or what the fuck is that called? Excuse me. So like county sheriff officers can do like a pursuit. And if they are going from like New Brunswick or whatever, then they are allowed to. If there's something happened or whatever, they have jurisdiction. But local police departments do not have jurisdictional follow-ups on the state highway. That's run by 287. That's by the New Jersey DOT. That's considerably run by New Jersey. It's not fucking Edison. It's not Piscataway. It's not fucking Metuchen. It's none of that. These cops are doing what they're doing to people because they don't like that people are exposing them. Corruption, that's what that is. Corruption in these police departments. And intimidation tactics as well as other things that are going on. People need to be taught. This is what I'm teaching you. Best thing I tell you guys right now, do never ever, and I repeat, do never ever do a internal affairs work police department. Like do never ever do an internal affairs to sign a complaint against an officer. Do not fucking do that in these local police departments. Because like I keep telling everybody what cops do, what they're going to do is that these cops are going to sit here, they're going to know who signed who against the officers, they see the application or the form, that who did it, where they live, so on and so forth. This is what happens. Retaliation happens and so on. Knowing the people that I'm talking to that are having these problems, they're not doing that. I'm actually assisting them and helping them with the so-called Attorney General's office, because they need to fucking understand the best thing to do is to keep your privacy the right way, anonymously, and do things properly, so these cops that you're complaining about, they don't come after you, they don't come at your house, or they fucking follow you and they arrest you for police misconduct. Do the right thing, do the absolute thing, and just keep your ass out of the fucking police department. No sign code, no complaints. Do the right thing. Do it to the Attorney General's office. It's better off. If not, you go through the corruption police department with the state police. They'll actually do internal affairs, and they will go and they will get into it and finding out what the fuck's going on and what these body cameras are doing. This is what we got to do. These body cameras that they have, they don't want you to request data because they don't want to be incriminated. That's why you always got to record. You always got to do your job. Please, just listen. Do never ever let these cops do what they want to do to you. You record them, you're the citizen, you pay for these fucking cops. They need to do things the right way, not being corrupt, not being liars, and pieces of shit. To me, they're a big pile of cow shit. That's what they are. They're fucking blue gang. They want to bully Americans because they don't fucking care. They don't like what people are doing to survive. They want to harass you and stalk you and find out where you live. And it's wrong. Now, like I told you, I'll give you a hint. Lieutenant Michael Horvat lives in Edison. I'll tell you that. I'm not going to say the addresses because it is completely a crime by telling the addresses and stuff like that. It's completely a crime. And if anybody gets hurt or whatever, it's accountability. And also Scott Horvat, Jeff Horvat, they live in Woodbridge. So that's all I'm going to tell you guys. They live in that area. Give you information about it. That's all I can tell you right now. But yeah, it's very disgusting how these cops are, and they're getting away with it. Hartman, Guerrero, Michael Horvat, Scott Horvat, Jeff Horvat, and the other lieutenant, Michael, I think his badge number is 337. That's the lieutenant of Edison. He's another piece of shit that I've heard from him, the guy that I'm getting intel from, because he gives me a lot of information, and I'm assisting him with it. They're pieces of shit. People got to understand that these cops, they don't like the truth. They don't like that things are happening and complaints are going against them. Oh, well, you should shut your fucking mouth. Leave people the fuck alone when they're not doing anything. And maybe understand false police calls. Is the worst thing to do is false police calls. People are falsely calling police for no reason. Making false complaints against somebody for what? One person is black, the other one's white. You're harassing a white person for what? But you're not harassing the African-American man that's disabled and I figured out he's getting help from somewhere. That's kind of disrespectful. You're going to harass a white woman, but you're not going to harass or arrest the black man that is doing, I think, what I've heard from the intel person that is, like I said, I'm from New York, he's from New Jersey. He's telling me that on what I've heard, what he saw, was that this gentleman that's African American in his 60s, he's drinking beer. He's drinking and intoxicated in public, asking people for money. That's what he's doing. He's out there drinking beer, Mike's Lemonade, I've seen, and some other stuff that he told me, sending me photos and pictures of stuff and what this gentleman sees, dropping beer cans and stuff down the hill, trash, food wrappers, a whole bunch of stuff that's thrown down here, cardboard and everything, ditched down in the ditch. That's littering and intoxication in public. What the fuck? Shouldn't he get arrested if he's intoxicated in public and asking people for money and then he probably fighting with certain drivers? Yeah, that's kind of wrong. Throwing litter as well as drinking out in public, yeah, that's kind of a problem. But then you're harassing a woman that's in her 30s. What I've heard by this intel person that is being harassed because she's white. Somebody had to call it in and complain. It's wrong. And the officers are doing it because they want to go after somebody. And they can't do it because nothing's being done. There's no crime being committed. It's very disgusting. But I just want to let everybody know you have a beautiful day. Have a nice one.